Hello, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Chris Davis, and today we're going to do a movie review. This one will be of Creed 3. So, this is starring Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. Both actors did a great job in this film, especially Jonathan Majors. He's everywhere now. He's in the Ant-Man movie, he's in this movie, and he's coming up in other Marvel movies as well. Um, Rocky isn't in this film. Sylvester Stallone isn't in the film, I believe, due to creative differences. I don't know all the details of the situation, but that's what I've heard online that Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone just had creative differences. And that's why Rocky's not in this film. Also, Michael B. Jordan is directing Creed 3. So that's impressive that Michael B. Jordan is stepping up into a director role. But with that being said, let's get into the movie review. So this film starts off like with the flashback. Adonis is sneaking out of the house with Damien, and they're doing some like underground boxing um, type of deal, and then it flashes forward to Michael B. Jordan, uh, Adonis Creed, defending his heavyweight title from Ricky Conley. I don't know if I said his name right, but it's the first champion he couldn't beat in the first Creed film. Adonis is having to defend his heavyweight championship title from him, and Adonis is able to beat him. When he beats him, Adonis goes in retirement. Everything's looking up. Their daughter is growing up. His wife is a producer now instead of a performer. Uh, Michael Adonis is in retirement and he's helping train and manage other boxers at the gym where he trains at. Everything's good until Damien shows up. And when Damien shows up, we learn where he's been all these years. He's been in prison because we learn in this film Adonis was beating up a person from his old group home. And when the person who was getting beat up by Adonis, his friends showed up to protect him. Damien pulled out a gun. Police showed up. Story is both of them ran. Damien got caught, but Adonis was able to get away. And that was the catalyst that changed Damien's life. He was locked away for nearly 2 decades. And when Adonis is leaving the gym, he finally sees Damien again and he's shocked that he's there. They get a bite to eat, and you can see it on Adonis's face. He feels guilty about what happened to Damien, that his life completely changed due to what happened that night when they were kids and stuff. And Adonis feels guilty. He blames himself for how Damien's life turned out. And Damien is thinking that, hey, Adonis owes me. He owes me big time. I did the biggest like favor for him um, that anyone can do. So he owes me. This goes even to the point to where Damien asked Adonis point blank, "Hey, I want a shot at the championship title." Adonis turns him down because he says that's impossible. And if he wants that title, then he has to fight his way through the boxing circuit like any other boxer would. He just can't give him a shot at the heavy. He can't just give him a shot at the championship title. So Adonis has a fight set up for the heavyweight championship. Chavez and Victor Drago, the person he fought in the second film, he has a heavyweight championship title set up for that. Damien hates that. So he pays someone to assault Victor Drago, so he's unable to fight. So Adonis is forced to choose Damien so this fight can go through. They don't want to wait until Victor Drago heals from his injuries because it's going to take too much time. They're going to lose money if they do it. If they wait, they have to have the fight now. So that pressures Adonis to get Damien to fight Chavez. Damien beats Chavez, but he wins because he fights dirty. Uh, After Damien wins, he starts boasting, talking down to Adonis, trying to invalidate his accomplishments. Uh, Adonis learns that Damien Damien uh, was responsible for Victor Drago being assaulted, and when that happens, Adonis immediately confronts Damien about it, and I think I got it mixed up. So I believe what happens is Adonis confronts Damien about the assault on Victor Drago. When that is revealed, then there's really bad blood between them. And that's when Jonathan Majors, sorry, Damien starts talking down to Adonis, trying to invalidate his accomplishments and everything. Uh, After like Adonis learns the truth about Damien and he's confronted him and he's heard all the stuff he's been saying, he then challenges Damien for the heavyweight championship title. And Adonis is able to defeat Damien. And then after that, they confront each other again and uh, they forgive each other. Now, this was an interesting film, and it was interesting for me because it dealt with a lot of deep concepts, such as the past, learning to accept it, and moving forward, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, um, tensions with relationships and everything, opening up about your feelings to other people, being vulnerable. Uh, it this film was great. It had a lot of themes in it, and I wish Rocky was in this film because I think it would have all this film would have been better if Rocky was in the film. So with the Creed franchise and the first two movies, Rocky um, didn't just give Adonis advice on boxing and training; he gave him life advice. I think it was a huge missed opportunity for Rocky not to be in this film because he could have definitely have done the same thing that he did in the first two films. Be that person to give Adonis uh, the truth, tell him like it is, because I really think that Rocky is, other than Adonis's mother, Rocky is the only person who can actually tell him something, and Adonis is going to most likely be willing to listen. There were other times in the past where he wasn't willing to listen to Rocky, but most of the time he is willing to listen to him because just of like who Rocky is. And I really think Rocky would have been a it would have been really good to have him in this film because, as I said, he could have given him advice not just about how to box Damien and what Damien is doing, but how to get over that past trauma and to reconcile with the fact that, hey, maybe it's part of your fault why his life didn't turn out the way he wanted it, but it's not all your fault. Uh, mm, that the way his life turned out is really on Damien. He's the one who had the gun and stuff, and Bianca, who's played by Tessa Thompson, really drills this home into Adonis when he finally decides to open up to her. But I really think it would have been a great idea to have Rocky in there because I believe he would have done it a lot sooner. So even though he wasn't in the film, this was a great film. I really enjoyed it. Um, Other than Rocky not being in it, uh, I think the last two films had more grittier boxing fights. I believe in this fight, in I believe in this movie, no one really broke anything. I mean, Chavez got knocked out by Damien, but in the last two Creed films, you had Adonis nearly knocked out a couple of times. You had stuff that were broken, like ribs and a ruptured kidney. Like, Adonis didn't really suffer any um, hard blows. He was really taking punches like a tank in this film. It's not complaining about it. I'm just noticed something about this film. Um, that's different from the last two films. But overall, I really enjoyed this film, not just for the fights, but because the themes they were talking about, like letting go of the past and being willing to open up to people and letting people help you. So I really like those films for those messages that it was telling viewers. So that's all we have for today. If you liked what I had to share, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and all of you have a great day.